So this is Unit 2, Lesson 1 for our Precalculus 12 class. The unit is called Parent Functions. Parent is in your mom and your dad. Lesson 1 is on solving absolute value equations. What we're going to learn in this lesson is what does absolute value even mean? And then how do we find the solution to an absolute value equation? So when you think absolute value, here's an idea for it. So imagine you are this girl right here, and Mr. T-Rex is the point 0 on the number line. You don't care where you are on the number line. You care about how far away from Mr. T-Rex you are. And that could be in the positive direction or the negative direction. You don't care. You just care about the distance. So absolute value means just that, the distance between a certain point and 0. So if we look on a number line, the absolute value of 6 is equal to 6, as in 6 is 0, or 6 is 6 away from 0. If you're on the negative 6, you're still 6 away from 0, so the absolute value of negative 6 is still positive 6. You could think of it as anything you're taking the absolute value of, you just hack off that negative sign from the number. So that's that. When we're looking at solving an equation that has absolute value function, we're saying the absolute value of an expression is equal to a number. So in this case, the absolute value of the expression, negative 4x plus 9, that has a distance of 16. So that could be, on the number line, a distance of 16 could be to positive 16, or it could be to negative 16. So this expression, we're going to break it outside of the absolute value vertical bars by writing the expression inside, negative 4x plus 9 is equal to positive 16. And we'll write another equation where negative 4x plus 9 equals negative 16. So we have two equations. Busting this expression outside of the absolute value gives us two equations, one for positive 16, one for negative 16. Now that we have the two equations, we just do some simple algebra and we can solve for x on each equation. So x equals negative 7 over 4 and x equals 25 over 4 are the two possible answers for this first one. The second problem, same procedure, but different numbers and letters. 14 minus x is our expression inside the absolute value. So we'll take that expression and we'll write two equations out of it. One where it's equal to positive 15 and one where it's equal to negative 15. And some algebra can help us solve x equals negative 1 and 29. So if we have an absolute value function and then outside of that function there are some more operations going on, then what we want to do first is we want to solve for the absolute value function. So we could think of this absolute value function as being f of x. We'd have 3 times f of x minus 7 equals 17. The first thing we want to do is get the function f of x by itself. So that means we're going to add 7 to both sides. So 17 plus 7 is 24. And then we're going to divide both sides of the equation by 3. 24 divided by 3 is going to be 8. And now we've got the function, the absolute value function by itself on the left side of the equation. Now we can bust it out. 8 equals positive 8, it equals negative 8, and we can find our two solutions. Same thing for the second example. To get the absolute value function by itself, we're going to subtract 10 from both sides of the equation. And then to get rid of the absolute value function, we'll write the expression inside is equal to positive 1 and negative 1, and we'll solve each of our equations for x. Takeaways for this lesson. What absolute value means is distance from 0. And you could think of 0 as being that T-Rex, and the distance you want to make is, you don't care which direction you're going in. You just care that you're getting away from Mr. T-Rex. How to solve absolute value equations. We talked about that. And if you haven't seen Jurassic Park, you should go watch, especially the original. There's so much fun to be had.